Hey guys, welcome back to the Foolish Show. First, I am Foolish Phil. Michigan did it, 15-0, beat Washington in the national title game. I'm honestly just in kind of shock. It hasn't really hit me yet. It's crazy that this happened, and I'm just so surprised. I just don't know when it's really gonna hit me. I got some of my dog here and such, so he might hit the camera. Sorry if he does. Just this game, Michigan first got the kick, right? Went down, moved the ball. It was really good. Their offense was looking good. Then Edwards pops. Honestly, you look at the replay. Edwards missed the hole, but the line was holding so well that then he bounced and hit it. Boom, 41-yard touchdown. Excellent. Michigan comes back down, missed an open field tackle by Saab. He totally redeemed himself the rest of the game. He played extremely well. Hold to a field goal there as Saab got the coverage in the end zone. 7-3, right? Michigan gets the ball again, and that hit, boom, pops another Edwards one, 46-yarder. And okay, his speed was insane. Just pulling away from guys. It was unbelievable. It's yes, 14-3, Michigan, all right, let's go. Right? And then they had the long Corum run. But that was the end of the first quarter. And the sad part about that is Michigan went 3 and out after that, right? They had to settle for the field goal, 17-3. It's they had the rest of the second quarter, it seemed they had chances to just take the game, and they didn't do it. But what did happen was the defense was holding strong. I know they gave up the touchdown in the last minute of the first half, but the defense held strong and got some breaks. On that 4th and long play, Penix just missed a wide open guy, and the TV coverage kept showing Penix throwing to short routes instead of the longer ones, right? Michigan was just getting enough pressure just on him to make him not think he had time, so he dumped off quick. And that was really important. I think Michigan only had 1 sack in the game, but they were getting pressure around him. And they had a stat, I'm sure it improved as the game went on, but Penix was 5 for 5 versus regular and 0 for 3 or 4 against pressure, right? So the pressure was impacting Penix. But still, Michigan totally dominates the first half. But just the offense went to trash in the second quarter. And so even though they were up 290 yards to 160, it's a 7-point game. It just reminded me, is this going to be Alabama again? What is going on? So, come out of the second half. Washington gets the ball. Boom. Will Johnson, super defense. Of course, helped by Mason Graham, I think it was, pushing the lineman who stepped onto Penix's foot. So he couldn't step into the throw. Will Johnson gets the deflection and the interception. Great change of possession there. But Michigan shoots itself in the foot. Get 2 false starts in a row, right? Settle for a field goal. But at least you're up 2 scores. All right, so 10-point lead, 20-10. Oh, Washington's not done yet. Man, Penix made a few plays, and then Michigan got silly and did the unnecessary roughness, gave them an extra 15 yards. I think that was on Makari Page, if I remember correct. Set Washington up 15 yards closer. They didn't get another first down, but that penalty gave them field goal range. And they were able to get that field goal, cut it back to 7 points. And it was a stalemate. Back and forth, back and forth. Every drive, you're worried that Washington's just going to bust it, man. They were doing such wonderful passes with those quick screens to wide receivers. You had 1/2 of a second to try to get to Penix. He would just get rid of that ball so quick. But Michigan just wasn't breaking. 20-13, 20-13. And then, fourth quarter, I saw this highlight on ESPN2. Kind of the de facto play of the game. At least, if you're a Washington fan, you think, what could have been? Penix hit a deep shot, big play, 7-point game at the time, and their lineman got called for ripping down McGregor. Right? It looked like it kind of a hold, but on replay, it wasn't a hold, right? And it took away a first down and made it 2nd and 20, and Michigan got a stop on a screen play. Sanders still made an epic tackle there to hold it to 2 yards. And then every time it was 3rd and long, Michigan was playing a big shell of coverage, right? So they would take away all the big routes and let Washington do the underneath routes, 5, 10, 15 yards. They didn't care. They'd come up and make the tackle and force the punt. That's what Michigan did here. But that phantom holding call, man, if it was a call against Michigan, I would be ticked. But Michigan got the break there. Michigan got a few breaks. There were other times, too, where Washington had, like, first down plays and their guys dropped passes. I know Cornelius Johnson had a first down pass, and he dropped it, too. So both teams were kind of shooting themselves in the foot. But that time, after that super break by the refs, Michigan got the ball, and they hit Colston Loveland, man. That pass right over the middle, a rifle shot, super catch. You always wonder if he's not there, is it going to be a pick? But he catches it and runs for like 30 yards, something like that. And all of a sudden, Michigan like, hey, let's just not run stupid little runs. Let's do like some like misdirection. And all of a sudden, they do a misdirection, and sorry, my dog's hitting the camera. They do a misdirection, and Wilson's open for a first down. And then boom, 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 boom. And all of a sudden, Corum runs for a 12-yard touchdown. Boom. 27-13. Oh, you can finally take a sigh of relief. Michigan, again, plays defense. Defense forces Penix. Man, he was getting beat up, man. His ribs were hurt. Every time he got hit, he was grabbing his ribs. He must have been in so much pain. I really hope the coach asked him, do you want to stay in? Because they were down by 21 points on that last possession, and he still stayed in. I mean, I saw Michael Penix play a lot at Indiana, and I just got respect for him. He stayed in. He was in total pain, and he stayed in. And, then, fourth down, Sandristil, pick. Takes it all the way back to like the 7-8 yard line, something like that. Man, for an undersized guy, Mikey Sandristil makes some huge plays. Obviously, the play against Ohio State, he had like 2 fumbles caused in the Iowa game. He has the pick there. He had the pick against Rutgers. He had so many big plays. Like 2 picks against Maryland when that game was tight. Mikey Sandristil, he might not be the biggest guy, but man, he makes plays. And I'll tell you what, the NFL will find a spot for someone who makes plays. Like I said, he takes it all the way down, kind of a game-sealing interception, but then Corum runs it in for a yard out. 27, I think it was 27 rushing touchdowns for Corum this year. Fun few facts here. Michigan set the national championship record for most rushing yards in a game, 303, passing Ohio State and Texas, who are now numbered 2 and 3. Fun fact number 2. Corum and Edwards are, I think, the second pair of running backs to get over 100 yards each in a championship game, so cool on that. JJ didn't have that great of a game. I got to say the play calling was really weak in the second and third quarter. I'll be honest, it's like, what are we calling some of these plays? And it wasn't that great, but Michigan won the first quarter. Michigan won the fourth quarter, which are like, set the tone in the first quarter and finished the game in the fourth quarter. Michigan did it. Right? They won those 2 quarters, 17, Sorry. That just ran by me. They won those 2 quarters, and boom, you got the win. What can I say? I'll try to do a morning after one, but as I collect my thoughts, but just so happy for, like, Corum and Keegan and Zinter and the guys that came back that could have gone pro. I know there was a lot of them, right, that could have gone pro and they came back, and that was the idea. And you saw that in Corum's interview. It's like, we still got business to do. Still got business to do. This interview tonight, I think he said, that business is finished, right? They got the title. Just got to love that. The team aspect of this, right? It's not me, let me get my stats. But let's play well and get the win. And you could see that through the team throughout this whole year. It wasn't about getting stats. It was about just getting the wins and staying healthy and getting reps for the other guys. And you just see that with the team. I'm sure lots of teams have that, but when I see it in Michigan, it makes me really happy. And, it's so great that the team got the title. Like I said, I just can't still believe it. I know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy that they won 15-0. Like, man. Harbaugh, 15-0. What a turnaround he's done. It took a little while. Had to beat Ohio State. They got that, right? Had to get to the conference, the championship footballs, playoffs. Got there, failed, but they came back, and this year they got it done. I was talking to my brother. I'm like, oh, are you going to get some Michigan three-peat stuff, over after beating Iowa? And he's like, you know what? I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to hope to buy some national championship gear. Well, I tell you what, tomorrow I'll be looking at MGO Blue, Den, the M-Den and such, and trying to see what stuff do they got, man, because I'm going to get me some of that stuff. excellent. Oh, what a great job. Again, the offensive line. I know it was tough sledding in the second and third quarters, but JJ, I don't think only had one sack in the game, right? I wish the rushing yards would have been more outside of the first quarter. I think they had 200 some yards like in the first quarter and finished with 300. But you know what? You got the win. And that was just the thing. Michigan didn't always win the most pretty. You think about the game at Penn State, 30 some runs in a row to get the win. You did what you had to do to win. It's just what it is. You just won the game. And Michigan won this game. It wasn't the most pretty. I wish they would have been better at passing and had some more creative plays in the second and third quarter. But Michigan got the win. Over and over and over. Hopefully this team, hopefully Jim Harbaugh comes back. Hopefully JJ comes back and Edwards comes back. But we'll see. My dog's just knocking the camera. So, just what a turnaround. I know it's late. I don't know when you guys are going to watch this, but hey, I got to get to bed. I got to go to work tomorrow morning. This morning. It's after midnight. But you know what? I got to do a video. So, hey guys, thanks for watching. I don't know if you're watching this morning, later today. I'll try to do a morning after one with some more points, but it'll be later in the day after I get home from work. Hey guys, thanks so much all year. Appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for the comments. And Michigan did it. 15-0, national champion. Leave the comments in the box below if you want. And as always, go Blue!